intelligence a couple times. Maybe you can share, I think some of our viewers might be new to phonemic intelligence technology. That's a proprietary technology developed by Dr. Pillai himself. It has a very long history. It's very science-backed, and it's really unique to this particular Genius Academy. Can you share just a little bit more about that technology?
Absolutely. Like I said, there is no technology that, as far and I've been involved with PI since 2014 into developing PI programs. And prior to that, I myself as a student at the university level would practice PI, and that's how I did well academically. And I also taught it to a group of 100 students who did very well and have become engineers and doctors and are succeeding very well. So I have seen the power of PI. So PI is a technique that uses vocalized sounds and attention and focusing on different parts of the brain and vocalizing certain phonemic or phonetic sounds in those areas. Now, we know from the research that Dr. Pillai did, the first research was done in India in SRM Medical School, that the stress level of students who do the PI technique, the stress levels comes down, the cortisol in their blood, which is a stress hormone, which is there is nobody who's exempt from stress today. Even I have heard that even preschoolers, parents complaining that the preschoolers are under tremendous stress and the parents are under tremendous stress. So we found that PI reduces stress, develops greater focus, improves academic performance. That was our first research. That was the published research. Then Dr. Pillai went to San Francisco and did research with Brain Science International, where one of the world's foremost brain scientists, Jay Gungelman, was involved in. He led the research with Dr. Pillai, and they found that it is producing amazing activation in the anterior cingulate and in several key areas of the brain, like the prefrontal cortex, that is for focus, for learning, for decision making, for error detection. All these are localized in different areas of the brain. So that we did research with Brain Science International. Then Dr. Pillai did the most important research, which is brain mapping, using the most advanced functional MRI machines at Harvard Medical School, at Harvard University. And that is where Dr. Pillai and the research team that was working on the project, they have discovered how PI actually increases blood flow to different areas of the brain. So when you do PI, oxygen goes and blood goes to these areas of the brain. The brain areas light up, and that is where the whole what was seen was the global brain activation, meaning the whole brain lights up. And that's a very significant discovery, that PI can give you whole brain activation. Like I said, most of us do not use our whole brain physiology. So, and then he further experimentation showed how specific parts of the brain for math, like the interparietal sulcus and the parietal lobe, specific parts of the brain for decision making, for memory, these parts respond to specific PI sounds and techniques. So this is the research history as far as brain research goes. There was a massive project done with the Goa state of Goa here, the Goan government schools, over 1,000 government schools in Goa. All the children did the PI technique, and 1,000 schools. We're talking about a sample size of 35,000 students who participated in the study, and across the board, the data revealed improvement in math scores, improvement in language scores, and also in the psychometric test scores of these students. So we had massive data showing a very significant effect of PI on not just grades, but the brain and intelligence of the students, right? This is, so I don't know of any other program where they have done such a massive study. So we have this is all, the statistical data. We all have thousands of testimonials that we have heard and recorded over the years from principals, from students, from parents who have done the PI program. So we know it works. And now what we have done is brought it to its full application in developing the whole brain and helping students to bring out their own innate potential. They already have the brain, that's the greatest gift from nature, but then no training to develop it. And that's where PI comes in.